So we'll do a little bit more practice with expanding, and here we're just going to look at it in a bit messier form, where maybe we've got more than one set of brackets, or brackets and other stuff that we have to combine together. So I have to think about expanding out the brackets first, and then thinking about adding together any like terms that are left over afterwards. So like we've done before, if I'm expanding brackets, I need to just times the number or thing in front by everything inside. So that's 7 times a. 7 times 1 is just 7, so 7a. 7 times a positive b gives me plus 7b. And then I still have a minus 2b there. So now that I've got the brackets expanded, the next step I'm going to do is look for any like terms that I can combine. And here I see that I have a 7b and a negative 2b. Both of those are like terms, with b to the power of 1. So the 7a doesn't have a partner, I'll leave it exactly as it is. But here I have 7b minus 2b, so that's 7 b's, and if I take away 2 of them, I'm going to get plus 5b. And that's my final answer. Looking at the next one again, let's take that 2 and we'll times it to everything on the inside. So that's 2 times x gives me 2x, and 2 times plus 4, or positive 4, gives me a positive 8, and I still have a plus 5 out the back. So looking for any like terms, here in fact the like terms are just the numbers, plus 8 and plus 5. So 2x stays as it is, and that becomes plus 13. Here I see two sets of brackets. So first thing I'm going to do is expand out. I'm watching for negative signs. So 5 times 2a is going to be 10a, and 5 times a negative b is going to be a negative 5b. Now this one here, watch this carefully, you need to circle that negative sign with the 3, because that's a negative 3 you need to times through. If you forget that negative, you get messed up. So minus 3 times a gives me a minus 3a. Again, you can imagine that as a negative 3 times the invisible 1. Negative 3 times 1 gives me negative 3a. And negative 3 times negative 2. So a negative times a negative gives me a positive, and 3 times 2 gives me 6. And then there's the b. Now that I've got that expanded out, again careful that I take that negative there through with me. I'm going to look for like terms. I see 10a and negative 3a, and I see negative 5b and positive 6b. So 10a and negative 3a, similar, and I'll combine the coefficients in front. So 10 minus 3 gives me 7a. Negative 5b plus 6b, you can imagine that as positive 6 take away 5, which gets us to positive 1b. And again, if some of you are thinking you can write that without the 1, you're right. The 1 can be invisible there, you could write it either way. Give a go at the next one, pause it if you like, try it on your own and then check your answer. So I'm going to do 2 and expand it through. So 2 times 7a gets me 14a, and 2 times a positive b gets me plus 2b. Watching that negative sign there again. Negative 3 times a is negative 3a, and negative 3 times b is negative 3b. Looking for like terms, I have a's and I have b's. 14a minus 3a gets me to 11a, and positive 2b minus 3b. So I'm at positive 2, I'm going to take away 3, that gets me to negative 1b. And again, if you want, you can write it out with the invisible 1 as just 11 minus b. Both of those solutions would be correct. So be really careful of any of the negative signs that need to go through, and just make sure you simplify by adding together any like terms after you've expanded everything out.